Hello, and welcome back to the PNN. My name is Parker Taft. Welcome back to our regularly scheduled program. Today's video is going to be rather short since I'm just getting back into it after, a week and a half absence. Again, my apologies, but other circumstances begged my attention. So today, we're going to be discussing how you screw up your mornings. This actually was inspired by my Darren Daily video I watched today of the same title. Well, Darren Hardy, looked into only two particular ideas. I tried to take a more broader look at it, and I'm going to make it part of a larger theme that I'm going to do throughout the rest of this week. So with that tangent aside, let us begin. So, how you screw up your mornings? Well, it's important. Mornings are the first thing of your day. As soon as you get out of bed, and science has shown that the mindset you and outlook you have at the beginning of the day tends to manifest itself throughout the day. So if you have a positive outlook of the day turns out to be good and positive. If you have a negative outlook on the day turns out to be negative and bad. So why do many people are stuck in mediocrity or sort of trapped in that self-loathing and inability to accomplish their goals or tasks they set for the day, creating an ever-expanding to-do list? Well, basically, it's in the mornings. It's how you start. The mornings are your foundation for your day. Just like, Sundays are the foundation for your week and New Year's is the foundation of your year. So, one is lack of a set morning routine. You'd be surprised how many people don't have a set morning routine. Yeah, their alarm clocks gets up, get up, they have breakfast, they brush their teeth, they get dressed. But there's no set routine of stuff they get done to set themselves up for the day. Many people don't write to-do lists down or what goals they have for the day. Most people immediately check their phone as soon as they wake up. They have no way of focusing in on themselves and getting their mind in the right state of mind, the right mindset that will prepare them for a good day ahead. And many people, they just keep hitting that snooze button and that snooze button, which is another topic that we'll be covering. So it leads to chaotic mornings without direction or plan to accomplish your goals for the day. Basically, you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off. You got to get the coffee going. You have to pick out your clothes for the day. You have to make your lunch. You have to make sure you get into work on time. You need to find that important project file for your presentation today. So it's all that sort of chaos meshed together, and it leads you feeling distracted and unfulfilled, and it basically gets you into the hubbub of the everyday without giving you a chance to focus on your own goals and your own ideas and how you can make the most out of your day. Second, you hit the snooze button once, twice, a dozen times. First off, it's not good from an initiative standpoint because, laying in bed, hitting the snooze button, and then doing it again and again, it's bad time management because you waste 10, 15 minutes each time you hit the snooze button. And, you hit it 2 or 3 or 4 times depending on how much time you give yourself before you have to leave, and you can be running late, and then you have to rush around the house like a chicken with your head cut off, which feeds back into our first idea, which with a lack of set morning routine. And science has also shown that this can leave a person muddle-headed and kills motivation. I'm sure we all know after staying up late on a weekend and then sleeping in really late on that following Saturday or Sunday morning, you wake up and you feel very groggy and tired, and all you want to do is just go back to bed. Even though you may have had a good night's sleep. And that's because your body is set to be in a routine, a sleeping routine. It's only set, to sleep between 7 and 9 hours per day. And it prefers to go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time every day. And by breaking that routine, your body is trying to adapt to it. So by continually hitting the snooze button, you're throwing your body off and it leaves you tired even though you may have gotten a good night's rest. In addition to that, you must also take into account that it's not necessarily good for your motivation because, the alarm goes off, it's supposed to compel you to get out of bed. You're supposed to jump out of bed, but most of us don't really have the energy to it because we've gotten into that habit, and that habit just kills motivation over time. Instead, you should try to get out of bed and try to be positive and do something that motivates you to take those first steps, whether it's journaling, exercising, meditating, doing affirmations in the mirror. It can be anything, but it just needs to be something to compel you to get out of bed at that time and to get your day moving. Because, as they say, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And then a third, the first thing you do is check your phone or your emails or your social media. Now, science has not yet quantified it, but they do know that it absolutely kills motivation, it distracts you. In addition, whether it's, important or not, and if it's like really important, like emergency, life threatening, I don't advise that you ignore like phone calls or texts or email messages in that regard. But most of the time, they're distractions. They're trying to distract you away from your goals, your wants, and your needs for the day. Instead, have you focus on someone else's problems, goals, accomplishments, concerns, success, especially on social media, where people often post a very highly filtered lifestyle. And when you're first getting out of bed, your mind is still waking up from that slumber. So your first impressions will tend to carry out throughout the day, as I said previously. So if you, look on social media and, oh, that person has such a wonderful life, and you start feeling those feelings of inadequacy, or, you're not worth it, or where did I go wrong? It can self-perpetuate throughout the day, which can harm your productivity and your ability to accomplish your goals. So instead, do away with it. It's a bunch of bullcrap. Unless it's, really, really important. In that case, someone will probably have called you. If it's a really important emergency, then just wait, ignore it. Take the first, say, 2-3 hours that you're awake and keep it away from your phone or your email or your social media. Do your exercises, do your journaling, do the most important, go to work, do the most important thing you have to do that day, whether it's, going to a doctor's appointment or finishing that really important project or presenting that really important project. Try to schedule that early on and do it first thing in the morning. That way you have the motivation, you're clear-headed, you know what you want to accomplish today, you have the goals, and you have the plan to go ahead and do it. And then after that's said and done, say the first hour to 90 minutes, once that's done, you can then go into your email and your text and your social media and see how everyone else is doing and what other people would like you to do, or what other people need help with, or celebrate other people's accomplishments and successes. Only after you've had a positive start to the day can you bring your best game to these communications and not have them brainwash you into doing what other people want you to do, or making you feel inferior or overworked in any way. So, how to unscrew yourself. I think this is vitally important. So, first one, set up a morning routine. Very, very important. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. Wake up, 10-minute meditation, go downstairs, make my coffee, have some breakfast, brush my teeth, get dressed, out the door. Doesn't need to be fancy, but it's something that you need to do repeatedly over and over again. And I'll probably go into greater detail about this tomorrow and how to set up and develop a morning routine. But just starting one is important. If you hadn't noticed, there's a common theme throughout these videos. It doesn't need to be perfect. There's more than one right way to do it. All you need to do is start doing it and then refine it as you go, based on how it affects you and what you think is better for you. And, ooh, I learned this, so I can incorporate this. So do what's best for you, and you can change and adapt and evolve it over time. Do your most important things first, as I previously stated. This gives you a small win at the beginning of the day, gets your biggest and most important task out of the way early on, so you don't have to worry about it. Oh, I have to finish this big project, but I have all these emails and correspondence to finish. Well, if you do the big project early in the morning, then you don't have to worry about it. It's done. It's over with. The boss can't yell at you for being late because you already did it early in the morning, so it's done. And then you can go through all the correspondence, which may or may not be important. And only after this is done do you check your emails, your texts, and your social media. Go to bed early. A regular bedtime can help you wake up at the right time more consistently and helps wean you off hitting the snooze button. Because by going to bed early and having a set bedtime and wake up time, you won't feel as groggy. Your body will get into a sort of system of, all right, we are going to sleep now, more melatonin production, tired, sleep, REM cycle, and then wake up. And you'll feel more rested and less muddle-headed. And then write a to-do list the night before on your goals for the day. All right, so for most important thing I have to do tomorrow. For example, let's say I have a meeting with my supervisor, and then I want to accomplish finishing the project that I'm going to be presenting on Wednesday. I want it finished today. Then I will check my emails, and then I'm going to take some time to read up on the latest developments in case X. Then I'll look at the market and for case Y. Then I'll take my lunch, and so forth and so on. Sort of just a general idea of what you want to do during that day and just think about it. You don't need to follow the list exactly. Put your most important first, put your least important last. And I like to divide it into important and incidentals. Incidentals be great if it got done today, but it's not necessarily entirely important. And important's like important that I really want to get done. So top 5 are really important, and then my last 5 are just incidentals that would be nice to get done, but are not life or death. And then take some time for yourself in the morning. Now, many people think, why, that would be something you do in like the afternoon or evening after you've done all your work and stuff like that, which is important. And as I emphasized previously, doing the most important things on your to-do list in the morning is a great way to get a small win to boost your motivation and your sense of self-worth throughout the day, and gets you one step closer to accomplishing both your short-term and your long-term goals. It's important to take some time to acknowledge how far you've come and how far you are still left to go. What goals, what your plans are, some time to think and be with your own mind as you wake up and experience this new day. So take some time to journal or meditate or work out. Everyone's different, but just something that gets you centered and focused and, pumped for the day ahead, to use a weightlifting or athletic term. Something that energizes you and motivates you to, do better, do good. So that's about it for this video. As always, I have sources and further reading, which I will leave in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed our 30-day challenge and found something beneficial of it. I am back to producing, and I hope to be producing a video at least every other day for the next couple of weeks, and try to get into a more important schedule while I'm trying to grow my audience. If you guys like this video, share it out with friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, this is the PNN Broadcast, signing off.